to my channel. So I'm back after like 3 days off. I actually filmed this video on Saturday for you guys, but I was just like too tired to even edit it. So I was like, I'm gonna take Saturday and Sunday off because, you know, I upload every day. And then yesterday on Monday I had a hospital appointment that just went on forever. Like, they were so delayed that I just didn't have time to come home and edit it in time. So I figured I wouldn't rush it. I would like sort out a nice little background, and then I would be back today to kind of upload a video and just start everyday uploads again. So yeah, that's exactly why I'm here. So basically I made this plush. I'm just gonna get it because it's really self-explanatory, but this literally has been making me laugh all weekend. Like, I've been walking into this office and I just keep seeing this. Like, can we see how big this is? Like, it's just ginormous. And I'm absolutely in love with this. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I'm gonna have to give it to somebody that I know or just something, because there's no way in this world that I can ship this because it's so big and heavy. But yeah, and I obviously can't keep it in here. It's so small in here, but I love it. I love it so much. It's just so big. Just look at its face. So yeah, I'm basically just going to show you how I made this plush on Saturday, but we're pretending I did it for you today. So yeah, just keep on watching.
So to start off with, I took some red fleece fabric and just folded it on itself. Now editing this back, I just totally realised that I look like I have a bald patch. Just look at this. Just look at this. It's just the parting of my hair, I promise, but I thought I would address it to begin with because it just looks all kinds of bad. But anyway, yeah, I just took some red fleece fabric, folded it on itself, and then I took a black Sharpie pen and just kind of drew out these lines that I seem to be ever so helpfully marking out for you with my finger. So as you can see here, I'm on my sewing machine just sewing down on these two lines, and then I just cut off the excess and turn the shape inside out. What I then wanted to do was make it more like a fries type box that you'd kind of get from like McDonald's or something like that. And what I did was I just did a little dip in the very front and cut off this piece of fabric. I left it about an inch on like the other side of the line, and then I folded it over and then stitched this down on my sewing machine also. As I was going around, I just kind of folded it with my hands so that I was able to sew, and I just kind of avoided the pins this way and saved myself a bunch of time. So next I just folded in the back and just did the exact same so that it was all nice and kind of neat around the edges all the way around. I then took some yellow fleece fabric. Obviously I'm making this because I had so much red and yellow, but basically I just laid this out again, drew out roughly how big I wanted the fries to be, and then cut off the end of that fabric. What I then did was I drew out like a kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but like almost like a Tetris-y type shape with some kind of squares along the top, and I just kind of like sewed out little kind of squares off the top. That really does make no sense. Wow, I'm so out of kind of sync with this. But I basically drew out like where I wanted the fries to be, and then I drew out like little rectangles and squares at the top, and then I just went and stitched these. So as you can see here, I'm just stitching down the lines of where I put the fries sections to be, and the little kind of square bits that I wanted to kind of make from the top. I don't think that makes any sense, but can you see here, like I'm making little squares at the top to make kind of like cuts out of, so it looks like there's fries and not just, I don't know how to explain it, but I just did that. So this is the section where I went and looked at my footage that I'd previously filmed, and that's when I realised I actually had the bald patch, which I was really annoyed about because I'd obviously spent like all morning kind of filming this video, and then I realised that my parting was super odd, and yeah, it just looked like I had a bald patch. That was Roman barking. I wonder if you heard that. Who knows? What a palaver. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm just cutting out those rectangle pieces and putting little slits in them so that when I turned it inside out, they would be nice and rectangular. No, I am just laughing at myself because I'm such a weirdo. But I basically just used my hand to kind of really spread out those little rectangle bits and like make them look like they were kind of separate fries and everything like that. Once I had this weird Tetris like shape, what I then did was just tested it to see if it was the right size, fitting inside like the fry packet and everything. And once I was happy with that, I then went ahead and had a little break. So anyway, what I then did was I put some stitches in from like those Tetris like bits to make sections of fries. I then went ahead with some stuffing and I just stuffed up each individual kind of fry itself until I was left with a section like this. I then popped it inside of the fry packet again, and then I just started hand stitching all the way around the front, all the way until I got to the back, where I left about, I don't know, about 20 centimeters of gap, and this was just so that I could get like all the stuffing and everything like that into the fry packet at the bottom. So as you can see here, I'm now stuffing up the very bottom of the fry packet through that gap that I left, and basically once it was all stuffed, I then just hand stitched it shut just like I did the very front. To make the face, I just took some white felt and just kind of painted on the face features. I did the eyes first, leaving a little kind of highlight bit in white, and then I went ahead on the mouth and just painted on a little tongue also. Once these were dry, I just basically hot glued them into place and my fries plushie was then complete. You could obviously paint these straight on, but I just wanted to do it with felt to make them more kind of pop.
Yeah, that's exactly how I made this plush. There was quite a bit of hand sewing involved and machine sewing. I did try to get some machine kind of shots, but my machine's really crammed in the corner of my sewing room over there, so what can you do? But I'm really happy with how this came out. I obviously did a poll on my channel whether or not you want to see a fries or a ebby fry, just because I had so much red and yellow fabric left over in one of my drawers, and I was like, I need to use this, but what am I going to use it for? Look, these fries are so heavy, they're like flopping over. So anyway, if you did like this video, then please do give it a thumbs up, as it really does help me out with what type of videos that you want to see and everything like that. I will of course be making squishy videos, plushie videos, charm videos, the usual that I love making. I will be back with a something else Sunday. On Sunday, where I usually open up a package or just something like that. I will kind of switch it up a bit soon and add more something else's to something else Sunday. But yeah, just let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see and what kind of things that you like to see.
Did you just see my fairy lights just kick back in? How exciting. They stopped working when I put them up. I was like, no, but they just kicked back in. I'm so excited, sorry.
See the best from me, and yeah, I think that's it. And I'm gonna go. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye! Bye!